evening, everyone. Welcome to Rupavahini News live on Channel I.
Hello there. Very good evening indeed. I'm Sharma Skrinis.
And I'm Dushan Vaught.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa left the island for South Africa to pay his last respect to former South African President, the late Nelson Mandela. Several heads of states are arriving in Johannesburg to pay their last respects. Mahinda Rajapaksa, who left for South Africa this evening, is expected to attend the funeral masses of the late leader tomorrow and the day after. Nelson Mandela, who gave leadership to anti-apartheid struggle, passed away on Thursday the 5th at the age of 95. The Sri Lankan president will pay his last respect to Nelson Mandela next Wednesday. After the South African visit, President Rajapaksa is scheduled to leave for Kenya on a 4-day official tour. He will hold bilateral talks with the Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta. He will also participate in a roundtable discussion with officials of the UN Environmental Programme and Habitat Organization. The Sri Lankan president is expected to attend the business forum thereafter. Ministers Professor G.A. Piris, Geethanjana Gunawardena, Uva Province Chief Minister Sashinda Rajapaksa, Foreign Ministry Supervisory MP Sajin Divas Gunawardena and Presidential Secretary Lalit Veeratunga are accompanying the president during his South African tour.
The Sri Lankan government has declared a 2-day mourning period commencing from tomorrow in connection with the death of Nelson Mandela. The Ministry of Public Administration and Home Affairs appealed to the public to hoist the national flag half-mast in houses, public and private sector institutions. Ministry Secretary P.B. Abekon announced that the relevant circular has been sent to all public sector institutions. Sri Lankans have been given an opportunity to record their statements of condolence on the death of Nelson Mandela. A separate book was kept at the South African High Commission in Colombo for this purpose. Several politicians, including opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe, ambassadors and the public sector officers recorded their message of condolence today.
Well, a special mass on behalf of the late Nelson Mandela will be held at Johannesburg in South Africa tomorrow with the participation of around 70 heads of states and a large number of mourners. The funeral mass is to be held at the FNO Stadium in Soweto. The late Nelson Mandela attended a ceremony in front of his people for the last time at this stadium during the year 2010. The participation of 59 leading heads of states has been confirmed. US President Barack Obama, British Prime Minister David Cameron, Cuban leader Raul Castro, Indian President Pranab Mukherjee, French President François Hollande and Iranian President Hassan Rouhani will be among the heads of states who will attend the funeral mass. This will be the first time that the highest number of heads of states meeting in one country together in the recent history. South Africa has declared a day of prayers for the late leader yesterday. The body of Nelson Mandela will be kept at the Pretoria from the 11th to the 13th of this month. People have been given an opportunity to pay their last respects to the late leader on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. The body of Mandela will be taken in a motorcade in the main streets of Pretoria during the mornings of each day. The body of Mandela will be taken on his native village Kuno in the Eastern Cape area next Saturday by air. Special guests including British Crown Prince Charles are expected to attend the state funeral on Sunday the 15th. South Africa has declared a National Reconciliation Day on Monday the 16th.
Watching news on Channel I, taking a look at other stories. A senior Japanese special envoy, Yasushi Akashi, said that the attitude of non-patience on development and peace activities in Sri Lanka by certain developed countries was unjustifiable. He added that the progress achieved by Sri Lanka with limited resources was miraculous. Senior Japanese Special Envoy Yasushi Akashi made these observations at a discussion with President Mahinda Rajapaksa at the President's house in Colombo today. The discussions were centered on common bilateral relations between Sri Lanka and Japan, as well as the progress in the implementation of the recommendations of the Lessons Learned and Reconciliation Commission report and the whole reconciliation process. Mr. Akashi has met President Mahinda Rajapaksa in a previous occasion during the President's official tour to Japan earlier this year. He noted that the development achieved by Sri Lanka during the post-conflict period was a miracle. Foreign Minister Professor G.L. Pires, Presidential Secretary Lalit Weeratunga, Foreign Secretary Karunatilaka Amunukama, Japanese Ambassador in Sri Lanka Nobuhito Hobo, and the Sri Lankan Ambassador in Japan Admiral Vasantakaran Nagoda were also present. Japanese Special Envoy Yasushi Akashi called on Foreign Minister Professor G.L. Pires at his ministry and held talks of mutual interest too. Japanese Ambassador in Sri Lanka Nobuhito Hobo accompanied Mr. Akashi during this meeting. Leader of the House Dimansiri de Silva and Special Envoy Yasushi Akashi met in Colombo today in the presence of Minister Andhra Priyadarshana Yapa, Foreign Secretary Karunatilaka Amunukama and Sri Lankan Ambassador in Japan Admiral Vasantakaran Nagoda.
So, give us a debriefing.
Australia appreciates Sri Lanka's stern action to stop people smuggling by boats. Australia says that it will work cooperatively with Sri Lanka to combat this serious issue. This was disclosed in an exclusive interview with the Australian High Commissioner in Sri Lanka, Robin Mudai.
Australia has a very strong and cooperative working relationship with Sri Lanka to combat this serious issue, which we both share. We very much appreciate Sri Lanka's sustained efforts to work with us to disrupt ventures and also to facilitate the return of people who have tried to enter Australia by boat. The Sri Lankan government has been very supportive of the communication activities we've run, and these have been carried out by the Australian government with the aim of deterring people from trying to undertake these risky voyages. The Australian government, as you said, has delivered a strong public relations campaign over the last year. In fact, there have been 5 separate phases to this. The most recent campaign is called the New Rules campaign, and it's aimed at educating people about the changes in Australian government policy. One of the key elements of our new policy is that anyone arriving in Australia illegally by boat will be transferred to Papua New Guinea or Nauru for processing, and they will never be resettled in Australia. These information campaigns have been delivered through a variety of communication channels across the country, and we see them as an essential part of our campaign to combat people smuggling. We very much appreciate the support we've had from the Government of Sri Lanka in delivering these campaigns, and as I said, we are committed to working cooperatively with the Government to combat the serious and shared issue of people smuggling.
The construction work of the Morana Reservoir in Mahayangana has been launched with the aim of providing benefits for 4,000 farmer families. The total cost of the project is in the region of 7 billion rupees. Several farmer families in the Nagadeepa settlement had been receiving irrigation facilities from the Nagadeepa reservoir only for cultivation during one season. More benefits will be provided for the farmers in the Mahayangana and Ridhi Mahalia, the divisional secretariat areas, with the completion of the Morana reservoir. The project was launched at a ceremony held under the patronage of Minister Dimansiri de Silva. Compensation will be paid for those who will lose their houses and lands, making way for the reservoir. 250 acres of land will be provided for farmers to start cultivations. Several staff officials were also present at the launching ceremony.
The GCE Ordinary Level examination begins tomorrow. 578,140 candidates will sit for the examination. The examination will be held in 4,300 centres till the 20th of this month. 384,056 school candidates and 194,084 private candidates will sit for the examination. 534 coordinating centres have been set up to conduct the examination smoothly. The Commissioner General of Examination, WM.N.J. Pushpakumara, said that 7 special education centres have also been set up in Ratmalana, Tangol, Matra, Chilav, Ambepusa, Colombo and Valikara Magazine prison premises. He added that the entry of outsiders other than the examination staff to the examination centre premises is completely prohibited. He said that candidates have been permitted to bring admission card, identity card, the timetable, pens and pencils only to the examination halls. Files and notes will not be permitted. They will not be allowed to use mobile phones, Bluetooth, etc. The examination department will take stringent action against candidates who violate these regulations.
Minister Dalasala Peruba revealed that the highest financial provision of 12 billion rupees has been allocated from 2014 budget proposals for the skills development and the vocational training. Minister of Youth Affairs and Skills Development Dalasala Peruba made this disclosure at a media conference held at the Government Information Department in Colombo today. He said that the government has planned to set up 25 university colleges countrywide by 2016. 22 new courses will be introduced for the students. These courses cater to the needs of modern trade world, both nationally and internationally.
අලුත්ම පාඨමාලා මෙතෙක් ලංකාවේ වෘත්තීයපූර්ණ මධ්‍යස්ථානවල නොතිබිච්ච පාඨමාලා 22ක්. දැන් සියලු පාඨමාලා 44ක් යතන 22ක් තියෙනවා. මෙතෙක් අපේ කිසිදු ආයතනයක අපි දරුවන්ට ලබා නොදීපු පාඨමාලා. නූතන වෙළඳ ලෝකයේ ජාතිකවත් ජාත්‍යන්තරවත් නූතන වෙළඳ ලෝකයේ
Deputy Minister Mohanlal Gweru and Government Information Director General Professor Ariratna Atugala were also present.
Chief Justice Mohan Puri says that the society devoid of corruption cannot build by enforcing the law alone. The responsibility of every citizen is to take action at grassroots level towards this end. He was speaking at a ceremony organized to mark the International Anti-Corruption Day in Colombo today. International Anti-Corruption Day is commemorated worldwide on the 9th of December each year. The United Nations has passed a resolution to minimize bribery and corruption. Minimizing human rights violations, prevention of misusing state power, protection of democracy and the supremacy of the law were among its main aims. Sri Lanka became a party to the resolution in 2004. Chief Justice Mohan Puri's appealed to the people to desist from giving bribes as it will lead to corruption. He added that it is essential to combat bribery and corruption to build a just society. He further noted that measures will be taken to strengthen the necessary legal framework to eradicate corruption. He emphasized the importance of anti-corruption and bribery dialogue in all spheres of the society.
It's to be 5 years. Today is a very significant allegations of bribery and corruption. This was established.
I take it today, I take this opportunity to communicate to the community the message that they have to stop giving. And it is only then that we can effectively deal with this whole cancer of corruption. Let's not fool ourselves to think that just because we put a nice little law in place or there's a UN convention on corruption, that tomorrow corruption is going to stop. It won't stop.
Allegations of bribery and corruption.
The 2030 National Zoological Week has been declared. The inauguration ceremony was held at the Devila Zoological Garden premises today. It has been revealed that around 2 million people visit Devila National Zoological Gardens annually. The staff of the Devila Zoo fulfill several tasks, including the providing of knowledge and entertainment for visitors, conservation of animals, implementation of welfare programs, and the conducting of new research activities. The Zoological Week has been organized from today to the 13th of this month with the aim of valuing the services of the staff and providing a quality service in the future. The days of the Zoological Week has been named as Animals Day, Green Day, Marine Life, and Solidarity Day. The final day has been named as Our Day. The inauguration ceremony was held under the patronage of Secretary to the Ministry of Botanical Gardens and Public Recreational Affairs, Willie Kamage. A retired employee was also felicitated at the ceremony. A birds park at the Zoological Gardens was also declared open. It provides opportunity for the people to view several local and foreign bird species. The director of the Zoological Department, PM Anura De Silva, noted that visitors will be able to participate in several special events during the National Zoological Week.
The solo music concert of award-winning artist Sena Nayaka Valyada was held at Nelum Pokunama in the Rajapaksa Theatre yesterday. President Mahinda Rajapaksa was among the spectators of the solo music concert titled Sankanade. Veraliyadda, who entered the arena of arts from Dutuveva area in Huruluweva, Anuradhapura, is a talented dancer. He also excelled as a drummer. He also served as a member of the state dancing troupe. Vedaliyatta, who created folk songs, new creations and experimental songs, is a winner of several awards. Ministers T.B. Ekanaika and S.M. Chandrasena were also present.
The 8th National Convention of Sri Lanka Independent Workers Union will take place at Maharagama Youth Services Council Auditorium tomorrow. The General Secretary of the Union, Leslie Devendra, said that the several ministers and MPs are expected to attend at the convention. This union was launched as the Sri Lanka Freedom and Sri Lanka Independent Mercantile and Industrial Workers Society in 1958. It has completed 55 years at present. The United National Party, which came to power in 1977, has victimized the members of the union. Despite the severe suppression leveled against the members of the union, they have formed that Sri Lanka Independent Workers Union, joining hands with the trade unions affiliated to Sri Lanka Freedom Party. This union is fully committed to solve the problems of their members through consultation and consensus on the directions of President Mahinda Rajapaksa.
A new maternity ward was opened at the Disoisa Maternity Teaching Hospital in Colombo at a ceremony held under the patronage of First Lady Madam Shiranthi Wickramasinghe Rajapaksa today. This hospital was opened on the 13th of December 1879 with the pioneering efforts of a leading businessman in Moratuwa, Sir Charles Henry Disoisa. The aim was to provide necessary streamlined health facilities for childbirths. At the inception, it was named as Disoisa Maternity Home. The name was changed later to Disoisa Maternity Hospital during the 1950s. It has 800 member staff, including 80 doctors and 18 specialist doctors at present. This was one of the oldest women's hospitals in the island, and it is confined to maternity and child health care.
An art and sculpture exhibition organized for the 6th time in succession by Chaumile Gamage, who is a set design artist of Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, is being continued at the Land Event Art Gallery till the 11th of this month. The exhibition, titled Monologue, was declared open by the Norwegian ambassador, Great Loshed, the chairman of SLRC, Mohan Samaranayaka, and Director General Chandrapal Lirage, and corporation officials attended the opening ceremony. It will be open daily from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 printings and 6 sculptures of artist Chaumile Gamage is being displayed at the exhibition. Now with the latest from the world of sports, we have Chanakya with us. Good evening, Chanakya.
Good evening, Vas. Sri Lanka Navy beat Kandy Sports Club in their inter-club rugby tournament match played yesterday. This was the first time the Kandy Sports Club has suffered a defeat in this year's tournament. The match was played at Nittavella Stadium in Kandy yesterday. Kandy Sports Club scored 9 points with 3 tries at Lemons. In reply, Navy scored 7 points. In the second half, Kandy scored 5 more points, increasing their tally to 14 points. Sri Lanka Navy scored 21 points with 3 penalties and a try, winning the match by 7 points.
Well, the Met Department says the Mahdi cyclonic storm developed in the Bay of Bengal is now 700 kilometers northeast from Jaffna. It is moving away from the island. The Weather Bureau has announced that slight rain will occur in the western and northwestern coastal areas tomorrow morning. Thunder showers will develop in several places in the Uva province tomorrow afternoon or evening.
That's all stories we have at the moment. Do join us once again tomorrow at the same time. Take a look at the latest on the world of news. Good night.
Good night.